Welcome to the presentation on your student rights and responsibilities. Please pay careful attention as we review many important rules and resources to help you be successful as a student at the University of Utah. The following information is provided by the Office of the Dean of Students and the Center for Student Wellness in partnership with the International Student and Scholar Services. The subject matter in this video may be subject to change at any time. There are many elements that contribute to student success. Today we will learn about university policies, peer support, campus resources, wellness, safety, and bystander intervention. Some of these topics can be complicated or difficult to understand at first. There is contact information at the end of this video, and we encourage you to reach out to the specified offices if you have any questions about the material we will cover today. Let's get started. You have rights as a student at the University of Utah. You have the right to learn, the right to be safe, and the right to due process. Anything that prevents you from using these basic student rights is not acceptable on our campus. You also have the responsibility not to deny these rights to anyone else. All students are expected to show good academic and behavioral conduct and to always respect the rights of others. We will talk about what type of conduct is acceptable and what type of conduct is not acceptable. Academic misconduct is generally defined as any action or attempted action that may result in creating an unfair academic advantage or disadvantage within the academic community. Let's go over some examples. Academic misconduct includes cheating and plagiarism, misrepresenting one's work, inappropriately collaborating, fabrication or falsification of information, and helping someone else commit misconduct. Any additional forms of academic dishonesty are strictly prohibited and can result in serious consequences. Some professors will give you a failing grade on the assignment or even a failing grade for the whole class if they catch you committing academic misconduct. We understand that expectations around cheating and plagiarism may be different in your home country. For example, many students say that in their country, it is not considered cheating to work with others on homework assignments. However, this could be considered cheating at the University of Utah if your professor does not give you permission to work with your classmates. Remember to always do your own work and to never copy a classmate's work or information from other sources. Explain the ideas in your own words and always use appropriate citations to give credit to the original source. If you have questions about how to cite your sources, ask your professor or make an appointment at the Campus Writing Center. Now let's talk about behavioral misconduct, which is any inappropriate behavior that does not fall under academic misconduct. Some examples of behavioral misconduct are physical or verbal assault, sexual harassment, threats, intimidation, or coercion. It also includes the use, possession, or distribution of any alcoholic beverage, narcotic, or other controlled substance. The University of Utah is a dry campus, meaning alcohol is not allowed anywhere, in your residence hall, your backpack, or in your body. This policy is not based on values or judgment. It is in place because research shows dry campuses have higher rates of graduation, better health outcomes, safer environments, and more. If you are found in violation of the alcohol policy, you may need to meet with the Office of the Dean of Students and a health educator from the Center for Student Wellness. Unauthorized possession of dangerous weapons and the theft, damage, or misuse of university property or resources are also considered behavioral misconduct. Remember that all students have the right to learn, so disruption or obstruction of teaching violates that right and is considered behavioral misconduct, as is dishonesty and the violation of any university policies or U.S. laws. If you have questions about behavioral misconduct, Please take note of the contact information for the Office of the Dean of Students at the end of this video. If you commit academic or behavioral misconduct, you will be required to have a conversation with the Office of the Dean of Students. They will try to figure out why you committed misconduct, make sure you know what you did wrong, and connect you to the right resources to prevent it from happening again. You have the right to due process, which means you get to tell your side of the story and receive fair treatment. The goal is not to punish, but rather to get you back on track to a successful student experience. Bystander intervention is recognizing a potentially harmful situation and choosing to respond in a way that could positively influence the outcome. A bystander is someone who is present in the situation but is not directly involved. Intervention means choosing to get involved. Safe and appropriate bystander intervention helps create a culture of awareness and social responsibility on our campus. When you witness a potentially harmful situation, you can choose to intervene passively or actively. Passive intervention may be a bit more comfortable as you are not directly acknowledging the escalated situation. For example, if you notice two people in an argument that seems aggressive or unsafe to you, you can practice passive bystander intervention by asking a simple question to disrupt the argument, such as, "Excuse me, do either of you know where the library is?" This can cause a break in the argument, potentially preventing the situation from escalating further. Active intervention is a more direct approach. In our previous example with the two people arguing, you could practice active bystander intervention by directly addressing the problem you are witnessing. You could approach them and ask, "Are you okay?" or "Can I help you figure this out?" This could provide an opportunity to recognize that their behavior is noticeable and concerning to others. Only engage in active bystander intervention if your own safety is not compromised by doing so. Giving and receiving consent means that both parties are in agreement about engaging in an activity together, sexual or otherwise. Consent is an affirmative, clear, and voluntary agreement. It is often referred to in the context of sexual interactions, but consent can apply to any aspect of daily life. For example, you can practice consent in your daily interactions by asking permission before sitting next to someone or posting photos of them on social media. Practicing consent outside of sex in these everyday interactions can make conversations about sexual consent feel more approachable. It is important to note that consent can be revoked or taken back at any time. If someone willingly consents, but then later changes their mind, you should respect them and honor their request. Discrimination means treating someone differently or unfairly based on their race, age, national origin, or other characteristics. These types of discrimination are prohibited at the University of Utah and in the United States. Types of sex discrimination and misconduct include sexual or gender-based harassment, exploitation, or discrimination, discrimination based on gender assignment, sexual orientation, or gender expression, discrimination based on pregnancy, non-consensual contact, intimate partner violence, crimes of dating or domestic violence, stalking, quid pro quo, which means a favor granted or expected in return for something, and creating a hostile environment. These and any other types of sex discrimination or misconduct are illegal and strictly prohibited at the University of Utah. It is important to report cases of sex discrimination and misconduct so that the victim can be removed from the harmful situation as soon as possible. Title IX is a law that prohibits gender discrimination and all types of sexual harassment. If you experience discrimination or harassment that is sexual in nature or based on your sex, gender expression, or sexual orientation, you can report it to the Office for Equal Opportunity and Affirmative Action. Incidents reported to this office are generally not reported to the police unless they include circumstances where concerns exist for the broader campus community. This office will determine if institutional policy has been violated, provide resources and education, remedy the effect of misconduct, and protect individuals in the campus community from further misconduct. You can also submit anonymous information through their website. Certain university employees are required to report sexual misconduct or discrimination to the Office of Equal Opportunity and Affirmative Action. Private reporters or mandatory reporters include anyone who receives a paycheck from the University of Utah. If you inform a private reporter about an incident of sexual misconduct or discrimination, they must report the details of the incident to the appropriate offices. Their report must also include identifying information such as the names of the people involved in the incident. Confidential reporters are university employees who are not required to report any identifying information regarding an incident of sexual misconduct. Survivors of sexual misconduct can speak openly to confidential resources about their experiences without their names or extensive details about their experience being reported to the Title IX coordinator or law enforcement. Offices with confidential reporting status are listed on this slide. All new students are required to complete the online sexual assault prevention training course during their first semester. You will receive an email from the university containing instructions to complete the online course. Failure to complete Part 1 of the sexual assault prevention training will result in a hold on your student account that prevents you from registering for classes. This course is one of the community standards courses found in your CIS student portal. We recommend completing all the community standards courses as they are convenient and very informative. Victim survivor advocates provide free, confidential, and trauma-informed support services to students, faculty, and staff who have experienced interpersonal violence. They work in collaboration with the Center for Student Wellness. Their contact information can be found on this slide. The University Counseling Center provides individual, group, and couples counseling, psychiatric medication services, and crisis services. They also provide support groups, mental health workshops, a need-based food pantry, and resources to deal with stress or traumatic events. Other safety and wellness resources include the Safe UT app. The Safe UT app provides real-time assistance from a licensed mental health counselor. These counselors can help with emotional crises, bullying, relationship problems, threats of violence, or mental health issues. You can live chat, talk on the phone, or submit an anonymous tip to these counselors, and they will respond to assist you. The SafeU website is a comprehensive guide for all safety-related information, reporting and support services, safety training, and more at the University of Utah. ISSS also has an emergencies page on our website that has information on many types of emergencies, including what to do if you must make an emergency departure from the United States. The take-home message you should remember from this video is that you have the power to make smart and informed choices about your behavior. Remember the expectations we discussed in this video and be mindful of how your actions affect the campus culture. Check in with your mental health and wellness regularly and realize it is okay to ask for help. There are so many resources that exist to help you have a happy, healthy, and safe experience at the University of Utah. Some students may think certain resources do not apply to them or their situation, but this is most likely not true. Don't hesitate to use your student rights and responsibilities. If you have any questions about what has been discussed in this video, contact the Center for Student Wellness or the Office of the Dean of Students. You can also make an appointment with an ISSS advisor, and we will help you find the appropriate person to talk to. Thanks for watching, and have a great semester.